There's a man outside our house and his friend is blowing him over with a leaf blower. Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk all about fragrances. I've been peppering in fragrance picks here and there on my Instagram or monthly favorites videos. In the summer I'm usually more of like a citrus, fresh fragrance kind of girl, and then in fall and winter I like incense, I like woodsy fragrances, and some deeper florals here and there. Lately, I've just been so inspired by Funmi. She's one of my favorite people to follow on Instagram, and she recently started a YouTube channel. It's just been so much fun watching her fragrance content. She has been exploring so many interesting niche fragrance houses, and I could listen to her talk about fragrance and any beauty favorite all day. She's so smart, she's funny, she's beautiful, and if you're looking for somebody new to follow, definitely check out Funmi's channel. Tell her I said hello. She's kind of like the kick in the butt that I needed to finally sit down and make a fragrance video. I find the emotional and memory triggers of a fragrance really interesting, and it's part of the reason why it's a beauty category that I love to collect. I love to make fragrance purchases tied to life events. So these are my current favorite cold weather, fall to winter scents. I guess I'll start from lightest to smokiest. The first is Jo Malone Vanilla and Anise Cologne. This is my favorite Jo Malone fragrance, and I've been wearing it since 2014. So I've been wearing it for 6 years. I've gone through several little bottles of it, and then it got discontinued. And this was the last one from my stash that had remained, and I have kind of been rationing it. Finally, Jo Malone has brought this back. Now, they don't sell little bottles of it anymore. You can only buy the full 100 milliliter bottle version of it. So if you are a fan of the old Vanilla Anise Cologne by Jo Malone, it is back. It's only on the Jo Malone website, and I will definitely be buying a 100 milliliter bottle of it because vanilla fragrances don't usually smell good on me. I just have that body chemistry that a lot of patchouli scents, a lot of vanilla, a lot of gourmand fragrances don't smell good on me. I absolutely love smelling them on other people, but on me, they just get really cloying. So this is one of the few vanilla fragrances that I can wear, and I think it's because it's not a traditional heavy gourmand vanilla. So the top notes are star anise, fennel, and then there's, a base of vanilla, tonka bean, vetiver, and amber. And when you smell this, it's definitely fennel, anise, and vanilla forward. Now, obviously, if you're not into fennel or star anise types of scents, some people think that those smell like mothballs on them. To me, this doesn't smell like mothballs at all. It's just very much a beautiful, light and crisp and airy vanilla that I love in the cold air. There's just something about the cold air mixed with this fragrance that just makes me come back for more. Next up, we have Santal Blush by Tom Ford. I mentioned this in a recent favorites video, and this is one of my favorites. This was a limited edition packaging, I think, when this fragrance first launched, and I really love this bottle. I wish they would have kept this bottle design. I think it really matches the personality of the fragrance. It's a beautiful smoky sandalwood, and it smells so good. It's less green than the famous Labo Santal 33. On me, it's a lot more smoky, but I find the balance of the smoke and sandalwood really nice. It's quite creamy, and it's the type of fragrance that I can wear day and night. Actually, I can wear this in the summer too. I just find myself gravitating more towards this fragrance in the fall and winter. I just love the way that it smells on me in cold air, and this is the fragrance that I wore on my wedding day, so it's always going to be really special to me. I love smelling it. If you want a less expensive sandalwood fragrance alternative, there is an oil by the brand Nemat. It's called Sandalwood, and it's just a sandalwood essential oil blend that's really beautiful. I wore that one for a long time too, and that's a nice alternative. You can find it at a lot of grocery stores, you can find it online. It's not the same, but it's similar enough and it will kind of take you there. Next up in the woodsy fragrance family, we have Baie 19 by Le Labo. This was actually my newest Le Labo fragrance. I bought this pre-COVID back in January when I went on a beautiful family trip to Miami. It feels like that trip was years ago. I do like to buy new fragrances if I'm traveling because it reminds me of that trip. So now every time I wear this fragrance, I remember that beautiful family trip that we took. It's very fresh and very woodsy. The official notes are patchouli, juniper berries, ozonic notes. I don't know what that means. Musk, green leaves, and ambroxan. This is like walking in an evergreen forest after the rain on a crisp but sunny morning. It's really clean. It smells like nature to me. And it definitely has that Vicks Vapor Rub menthol element to it from the juniper berries. But then as it dries down, I feel like the patchouli and the musk comes through a bit. I really, really love it. Absolutely a unisex scent. Most of the fragrances that I'm talking about in this video are categorized as unisex, but I just really, really love it. I think it's really unique and it's really refreshing, but not in the traditional aquatic fragrance type of way. It's very cool. Highly recommend checking it out. And I love the fact that you can label, you know, when you're buying a Le Labo fragrance, you can all put whatever name you want on the label. And this one, I put my dog's name on it because I'm that crazy pet owner. All right, next up we have Musc Imperial by Atelier Cologne. I really love Atelier Cologne because I find that they marry citrus notes in a lot of their fragrances really, really well, and I'm a big fan of citrus notes. I find that a lot of the fragrances in their line, even though if it's not explicitly a citrus fragrance, they do use a lot of citrus notes in their line. And they also have really, really good little sampling packs. You can get cute little discovery sets on Sephora. That's actually how I was able to get more into the brand and kind of discover some favorites. I think they make such great stocking stuffers as well. The official notes are blackcurrant, bergamot, sage, middle notes of fig, leather, and lavender, base notes of musk and cedar. This is kind of like an old school, fresh men's cologne with this beautiful squeeze of citrus in it, and you definitely smell the bergamot and the sage. It's very bergamot forward when you first smell it. I also smell the lavender in it, and then it just on my skin just dries down to a nice, slightly herbal, fresh musk. The musk isn't too overpowering. I think it's really nicely balanced with the cedar, and my husband has been loving this as well. So he's been wearing this on most days. I've been wearing it too, and what I've been doing recently is actually mixing it with my Dedcool milk. Dedcool milk is a layering fragrance, and it's very much a skin, like a clean skin type of scent. It's something that I like to mix in with more traditionally masculine fragrances or with more heavier woodsy fragrances just to kind of lighten them up a little bit. Now we're going to dive into some florals, and I have two that I kind of call them my little black dress fragrances. This is Supreme Bouquet by Yves Saint Laurent. I saw them on the Yves Saint Laurent website not that long ago, but for a long time these were Middle Eastern exclusives. Oh, it is so good, and it says the accords on the bottle, so I can just read them to you because I feel like this truly does smell exactly like the blend that is written on the back. Tuberose, ylang ylang, patchouli, amber woods, and musks. This just smells like a refined lady with, you know, high black heels and a beautiful A-line black dress entering the room. Red lipstick, going to the opera. It's so creamy, and it's one of the few patchouli fragrances that smells really good on me. I find the patchouli balanced so beautifully with the florals. A little goes a long way, just a couple of spritzes, and it goes on for hours. It's really, really nice. Now, another pick from the Yves Saint Laurent fragrance family, if Supreme Bouquet is really hard to find and you want to smell something in the same family, the YSL Libre Intense perfume is so, so beautiful. And I think this bottle design is one of the most gorgeous high fashion brand perfume bottle designs ever. It's the same design for the original Libre fragrance, which is a bit lighter. This is a bit more intense. It's a beautiful, warm, spicy floral with a bit of vanilla running through it, but the vanilla is really nicely balanced with ambergris and vetiver, so it's not a cloying vanilla. It's really, really creamy. This also has jasmine in the middle notes, which is another floral note that I really love. Another little black dress, special occasion type of fragrance. You can just be like me and put it on while you're wearing pajamas and close your eyes and pretend you're at a ball or something like that. It's just so beautiful. Love, love, love the bottle design as well. And this stuff is potent. One spritz is all it takes. I can smell it on myself all day long. Next up, we have another Tom Ford private blend fragrance. This is Tom Ford Noir de Noir. And rumor has it, this is what Tom Ford himself used to wear. I don't know if he still wears it, but this is one of the original private blend fragrances in the line. And this is a gourmand fragrance, and even though I said at the beginning of the video that gourmand fragrances usually smell like trash on me, this is one of the few gourmands that smells good on me, which is why I just cherish it with my whole heart. This is chocolate, rose, vanilla with like a gorgeous woodsy base. It's quite sweet, but I absolutely love it. There's a little bit of tobacco in it as well. It's such an exquisite fragrance. Definitely a cold weather fragrance for me. I feel like the heat would make it a bit too cloying, but balanced with the cold air, it is just so, so good. And this is another fragrance that I love mixing with the Dedcool milk. These two together, these have been kind of like my go-to scent combination for the last several weeks. If you like rose, but you want a rose that's different, check this out, because this is like a rose dipped in chocolate. It's just so delicious, so sexy. Mixed in with the Dedcool milk, I find that it kind of livens it up enough that I can just wear it throughout the day as well, and I don't get sick of it ever. I just want to keep smelling it on myself. It's so, so good. Another rose that I really like that I actually used up, so it's just an honorable mention at this point. I'm waiting to refill it because Le Labo fragrances are refillable. But this is Rose 31 by Le Labo, and I have mentioned this on my channel numerous times. I've been wearing this fragrance since July 2015, which is when I first bought it. And it's a beautiful, clean, slightly soapy rose with a beautiful smoky base. It's very interesting, very unique, and I love, love, love this. In the cold winter air, there's just something about it. I just find myself really drawn to rose in the winter, and this is a gorgeous rose scent that I will 100% be refilling my bottle with. They also do nice discovery sets around the holiday season. And actually, while we're on honorable mentions, I have another fragrance that I keep hoarding samples of it because I love the way it smells on other people. Unfortunately, this smells like absolute garbage on me, but it's a fragrance that I love to just spray in the air and pretend that it works for me. And I thought I would mention it just in case this fragrance will smell good on you, because this is another rose fragrance, and it's Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle. I wish this smelled good on me. My friend Dina wears this, and it's just another fancy lady going to the opera type of scent. It's sexy, it's mysterious, it's really bougie. It's so, so beautiful. And I'm very sad that it doesn't smell good on me. But the notes are rose, clove, raspberry, blackcurrant, cinnamon. I can definitely smell the cinnamon. There's like a really nice rose cinnamon opening. The middle notes are patchouli, incense, and sandalwood. Now, you know, while we're in the age of social distancing from friends and family that we love, I just keep fragrance samples that smell like my friend, and I imagine that she's here with me. I'm just that type of person. I really, really love fragrances, and I just have such a strong tie with my memories and my emotions, kind of depending on fragrances. And it's something that, especially during the holiday season, there was this tradition that I had growing up with my dad. We would always go perfume shopping together, like the day before Christmas Eve. He would take me to the department store, and I would pick out a fragrance and he would buy it for me, and then we would pick out a fragrance for my mom. She always liked the same one. She's definitely like a signature scent type of woman. And then I could pick one for my dad, and it was something that I always looked forward to all year. That was like my favorite thing to do. And ever since, I mean, I'm 33 now, so it's been many, many years of just having that tradition, tying fragrances with so many memories for me. So it's always been such a special beauty product. If you're also like this, if you get really nostalgic when it comes to certain fragrances, or if certain fragrances have really strong emotional connotations and bring out so many memories for you, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to kind of listen to you and what your journey with fragrance has been. Before I get all emotional, I'm going to talk about the last fragrance, which is kind of like the darkest, most woodsy, earthy of them all. And this is Bois d'Encens by Armani Prive. The Armani Prive line is like the more high-end version. So you have like the regular Giorgio Armani fragrances, and then there's the Armani Prive. They're all unisex fragrances, kind of similar to how Tom Ford has their private blend fragrances. And this Bois d'Encens is apparently what Mr. Giorgio Armani himself wears. That's what they said when I bought this. And it is a really earthy incense type of fragrance. This smells like church. Close your eyes and you're walking into a cathedral, and the cathedral is incredibly ornate, but everything is black marble. It's that type of fragrance. And this is the scent that they actually use to fragrance the Armani hotels. I think there are just 2 Armani hotels. There's one in Milan and there's one in Dubai. And when you walk into the building and you walk into the lobby, everything just smells like this. You know, they have the hand soap and the body lotion, and in the bathrooms and stuff like that, everything is this Bois d'Encens scent. And this is how my husband and I discovered this scent while we were traveling, and we were like, oh my gosh, this smells so good, we have to have it. It's really, really interesting. And while I guess if I just smell it right off the bat, I would classify it more as a traditionally masculine scent. I mean, I love to wear it, and my husband likes to wear it also. It smells different on both of us, which is one of the beauties of fragrance, that the same thing can smell completely different from one person to the next. But yeah, this is like a fancy church. So if you ever wanted to smell like a fancy church or Mr. Giorgio Armani himself, get you some Bois d'Encens. I actually bought the matching candle as well, but unfortunately the candle isn't as strong as I would have liked. The projection of the candle isn't as strong, but love this fragrance. And it's the type of fragrance that I like to spray it on clothing. I like to spray it on a blazer, and then all week long my blazer will smell like this, which just is really special to me. So it's been a pleasure sharing 10 fragrance picks for the season with you. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and let me know what fragrance you're wearing right now. Are you still wearing fragrance? I know a lot of us are entering another round of lockdowns. I still wear fragrance every single day. I always wear fragrance for me. It's kind of like an accessory, and even if I'm wearing sweatpants or leggings or pajamas, I can put on a little spritz of something and kind of be transported. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.